What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with our next video, and I really don't know what to call this one. It's sort of outside the realm of our normal series. It's not a recap, it's not a how-to. It's just talking about Town Hall 9s versus Town Hall 10s. I get a lot of questions about this, and it does happen to us occasionally. Like this war, it's crazy heavily in their favor, but obviously when that happens, usually they're rush Town Halls. They've got Inferno Towers. They've got all the defenses, but they're lower level, so usually between Town Hall 8 and 9 level, somewhere in that range. So that's what we're dealing with, and I know that you guys deal with that sometimes, so I want to give you a few tips. We're going to look at a few attacks of us 3-starring those bases, but the one thing to take away from it is, first, you're not going to be 3-starring if you are talking about a good Town Hall 10. It's just not going to happen. No different than a Town Hall 8 can't 3-star a good Town Hall 9. A Town Hall 9 can't 3-star a good Town Hall 10. We're talking about rush bases, bad layouts, things like that. That's what's allowing us to get the 3-star. So you can look at these bases and say, oh, it's a crappy base. Well, okay, yeah. Until you show me, Town Hall 9's 3-star and really, really good Town Hall 10s, this is what it is when you're talking about Town Hall 9s moving up. Otherwise, you're just going for a 2-star. We can do a video on that later. Secondly, you need to know that the only thing you need to worry about, the only thing you've got to figure out on the base, the weakness you've got to find, is a way to eliminate the Inferno Towers quickly. Once you do that, you've got the base taken care of. You've got to find a creative way to funnel your troops in there quickly, to take one out with your heroes, a push, something like that. Those are the only real threat, because after they're gone, you're basically facing a Town Hall 8 or a Town Hall 9. So just try to be creative. Try to figure out an angle, a path, some way to get in there and get at least one of those Inferno Towers taken out right away. So let's go ahead and get to it, look at some attacks. All right, the first one we're going to look at here is Duce taking on their number 7. He does have level 3 Inferno Towers, 1 multi and 1 single. So obviously Duce wants to get that multi taken out quickly. You see he's going with an aerial attack here, basically a Penta. He's going to do that. Pretty smart. What he does is drops a giant right here. He wants to do that a little bit, and then the queen right behind it. He wants that giant to do a little bit of tanking. He doesn't want this X-bow or this cannon to lock onto his queen too quickly. She's got some trash to clear out before she moves in and starts to take out that air defense there. But finally gets her moved in, takes out that air defense, then just drops the king in here and does a king-queen swap. So pretty good use for his heroes. Another thing to mention is that these guys did have some troops in their clan castles, but they tend to not fill them up all the way. So that was not as much of an issue in some of these raids. But anyways, does a king-queen swap, and then it's just a matter of, again, getting to that multi as quickly as possible. Obviously, he's going to attack from the multi side and just try to overwhelm it. He actually only sends in 2 lava hounds on each one of these air defenses here. I probably would have went ahead and set the 3rd one on this one just so that this multi only has 2 slots for balloons. But he goes with 2 and it does work. So we'll back up on that. Sends the 3rd one in later down here, and it just sort of moves its way across the base. But then just mass balloons, not spam, not just like dragging his finger across, but targeted mass balloons, obviously giving them a rage to get into this multi, and then just keeping them rage. Once this is down, the threat's pretty much over. Just keep your balloons rage. They're going to move through. Yes, you're going to lose a few lava hounds and probably even a few balloons to that single target Inferno being at level 3. But again, once that's down, look at what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with a Town Hall 8 with X-bows that are pointed down. So that's how you do it. Let's clear all this out of the way, and we'll just watch Duce do it. Again, you'll see the giant go down right here, right out in front of that queen, letting her start clearing out that trash before she's going to move in and lock onto that first air defense that he wants taken care of there. Right there, one of the last trash buildings goes down. Then she's going to move in and lock on. He's going to use the ability. Boom, 1 air defense out of the way. Then again, coming in from the top here, just sends his king in. The queen's right there exposed. She's going to lock on and shoot him, and obviously he's just going to walk in and take her out. Now it's set up. He can start moving his way in. And again, it's just about getting to that multi. I mean, just swarming it. Here you see them coming in just heavy with the balloons, just dropping them in. Those lava hounds are doing the taking. They're gonna, they're gonna go down pretty quickly. But right here, just as soon as those balloons get into that rage, they're gonna work their way towards that inferno. And even as those lava hounds are about to start busting, and a few balloons are going down, right there, they get locked onto it. They take it out. Boom! Now the raid is pretty much over. Looks like they're still working on a little bit. There it goes. Pretty much over, keeping those balloons raged. He does have that late lava hound that he sent in doing the tanking for that last air defense, which maybe was the plan there. Probably a good plan. I think I would have sent it early still, because he still has that lava hound up. It would have just saved him a few balloons on the front end. But absolutely wreck that base, and that's what you got to do. You just got to overwhelm it. You got to swarm it. You take those inferno towers out, boom, and then the rest of the base is so under level normally when you're having to deal with these that it really doesn't matter much at that point. We'll start to fast forward here. Everything is going down, and we will move on to the next attack. Good job to Duce, by the way. All right, the next one we're going to look at is Acurzine taking on a base with two singles. Now, when you have some singles like this, when they're both set to single, it does make it easier. Not that it's easy to do still. I mean, you got to have a good plan for it. But, you can, whether it be with hogs or with balloons or whatever, you can overwhelm, swarm attack, what I call a single inferno. Now, Acurzine actually takes one out with the kill squad, which we talked about earlier. That's an option. He just sort of drops some, I think, minions up here, just and wizards, take out this trash stuff up top. Then he sends in a few golems. They start working their way in. He's got a nice jump spell for him right there. Obviously, king and queen. And the kill squad gets in here and takes all this garbage out, gets that first air defense, and gets that inferno tower. So now he's got everything taken care of. He can pretty much just do a normal go la luna attack at that point, work his way around the base, send in, clockwise, counterclockwise motion, drop your rages, and just get to that second single as quick as you can. Now, it's going to be doing some work on, even though it's level 1, it's going to be doing some work on some lava hounds standing on that air defense right next to it, and those two combined are going to be taking it out pretty quickly. But again, expos are down, lower level defenses. He just got to get his balloons down, get them working their way through that base, and get into it, which he does very nicely. One other thing to mention before we get started here is notice that he did come in, obviously, on the side of the queen and the level 3 inferno tower. So taking those out was huge for this attack. But let's watch him do it. Just again, starting up here, I think he might test for, no, he doesn't, this next one. Just dropping those minions, a few wizards, just getting that trash stuff out of the way so everything can move straight in. Then he, there's obviously some space on the other side of those where he can drop troops. Goes ahead and drops his golems there, start tanking for everything. And then right here, once all the defenses, or excuse me, all the trash is moved away, drops his king and queen, just lets them work through that first layer wall on their own, which is smart, low-level wall like that, and then drops the jump. Rage form, you see a few CC troops coming out, but no big deal with that rage. They're going to go down very quickly. The Inferno Tower is locking on and starting to, right there, boom, but already busted one golem. Those golems are working their way in, trying to help out there. A wizard steps up and starts taking some shots at the Inferno Tower. And finally, I think right there, boom, it goes down. So not even the queen getting it, just the kill squad getting in there and getting it done. The queen sitting back, using her ability, takes out a few more defenses, but nothing crucial at this point. Then he just comes in. He actually did not use sort of a clockwise or counterclockwise motion. He wanted to sandwich it. He wanted that to create that funnel, make sure that those balloons and everything are going into that Inferno Tower as quickly as possible, just like we talked about. So that's actually pretty smart, the way he did that, not, in this case, not using that motion. Right there, you see the balloons, a good group of, he went very heavy on that first set of balloons setting in and light on the back end balloons, gets into them, keeps them raged, obviously keep those balloons or hogs or whatever you're using rage to get through there, and everything works out fine here. He takes out that last air defense. He has two little groups of balloons. Boom, they're going to take out that last archer tower, and that is it. We will fast forward, get the cleanup right here. Very nicely done to Acurzine. All right, again, not the hardest base, but this is what we're talking about. These are the ones that Town Hall 9s can step up in 3-star. And I get asked that a lot, hey, I'm getting that put on me. So we're going to look at one more, and we're going to wrap this up. All right, Hold My Beer taking one out. Probably my favorite, probably because it's a hog attack. But I wanted to show a different style that you could take him out with. This guy only has level 1 Inferno Towers, but they are both set to multi. So honestly, in my opinion, it's a bigger threat than the other ones we've seen because they're both set to multi instead of 1 or both set to single. So what Hold My Beer likes to do, the queen's over on this side. He wants to get in there and take her out, obviously, and he wants to get in close to those Inferno Towers. But more importantly, he wants to create his funnel. And when I'm talking about a funnel, I'm not talking about a trash ring funnel. I'm talking about a defensive building funnel. You'll see down here, there's sort of a natural break right here, between these defenses, and he uses that to his advantage very smartly. He comes in with his kill squad on this side, Golem, a few witches, obviously a few wizards to create that, get the trash out of the way. Once that's done, heroes go down. He has a jump spell. I believe he places the jump like right, where'd you put that? I think he puts it like right there. Just to once they get through that, again, that first weak layer of walls, just let them work their way through something like purple walls or less. I mean, there's no sense in wasting wall breakers. He actually brought a few wall breakers, but there's no sense in really wasting those or jump spell. A king, high-level king, can get through it in 2 or 3 swipes. But he brings the wall breakers, works his way in, and what I like about this is what this is also doing is taking out some defenses. It's taking out the queen, that's important, and working his way in, but it's creating this nice runway. Once this is all dead on this, side of this line, and he deploys his hogs from here, he's got this natural break right here. This is all dead. He's just creating a runway for his hogs to go straight through this middle of this base. That's what I mean when I say get creative about figuring out ways somehow to get your swarm troops into those Inferno Towers as quickly as possible. Once his hogs work their way in, he's obviously dropping a rage form like right here, just propelling them straight into there, and as soon as they step out of there, he's got a heal waiting on them. That's the rule with hogs. Rage into the Inferno Towers, heal coming out of the Inferno Towers. So he does it perfectly. Let's clear all this out of the way. We'll watch Hold My Beer do it, and we'll call this video over. I think he tries to test a lure over here on the side. Yeah, he drops a barb. He actually gets the lure. There was a few goblins in the CC. Again, they did not have much in their clan castles. But right there, drops down the golems. The witches behind it right there, a few wizards starting to create that funnel out of those trash buildings, and then the heroes go down right away. I think he drops right there. His wall breakers go down. I think they let everything in, and then he drops his jump spell to make sure that they can get into that queen. She's already stepped out, but also just moving in towards the base, start tanking a little bit for that multi, and then you'll see right here, not waiting, not letting his kill squad die out, sending them in. He knows that those troops are doing some tanking for that multi-inferno, drops his first heal there just to make sure his hogs are full health when they get in range of those Inferno Towers, and then right as they enter that rage spell, just propels them straight into those Inferno Towers, and being level 1, they go down very quickly. Right there, the heal on the backside coming out, protecting them from that giant bomb. And just, you saw I'm sorry I didn't point it out, a couple of wounds on the backside. This guy also had those X-bows pointed down, so could drop those wounds on the backside there, get a little value out of them without having to worry about getting locked onto. Then he's got just a little bit of cleanup to do, drops his troops around the outside, and not a ton of hogs left, but enough to get the job done. Has his witches up still. They take out the defensive king right there, and then at this point it's just a race against the clock. But he beats it, has enough time, and gets it done. All right, guys, hope you like this. Again, just something a little different, but, this war sort of felt like it was a good time to throw some of these out there at you guys. Might even have another 1 or 2 Town Hall 9s in the recap. Not sure. Haven't really picked those out yet, but hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, Jake from One Hive reminding you guys to suck less.